really belong in Slytherin, or should I be in a different Hogwarts house? Let's find out. Hey guys, it's Gina, and today, as you can see with all of my Hogwartsy, Harry Pottery things, I am going to be taking the Pottermore Hogwarts House quiz. Now, I have taken the Pottermore quiz on Pottermore before, like 2 or 3 times, and each time I get Slytherin, which I've always felt that I was a Slytherin even when just reading the books and Slytherin. So it's nice to know that Pottermore agrees that I should be in Slytherin. However, there is a website that has the full Pottermore quiz. All of the questions, because on Pottermore it just gives you a few of the questions and you choose and decide, and it tells you based on that. This quiz has all of the questions, so I thought that I would take it, especially since today is J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter's birthday. I thought that it would be something fun to do. So I'm going to take the full Pottermore quiz, all 30 plus questions, and see if I should in fact be a Slytherin, because I am a Slytherin. And I hope it says I should be. If not, I'm hoping for Ravenclaw, because I feel like I would be a Ravenclaw before Hufflepuff or Gryffindor. But we shall find out. Now, I don't know how to actually record my screen, so I'm just going to be saying off some of the questions, and I will screenshot what it does put me in and put that up here as well. So let's find out, shall we? Yay, Slytherin! I hope. So I've got my computer here. First question, what is your age? 18 to 24. What is your gender? Female. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Ordinary, ignorant, cowardly, or selfish? I don't necessarily care what people think. I'd have to go with ignorant. Question 4, after you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Miss you but smile, ask for more stories about your adventures, think with admiration of your achievements. I don't care what people think of me if after I'm dead. It's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts. Kind of want to go with the I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead. It's what they think while I'm alive that counts. Just because I don't know. This one's a little tricky. You know, I think I'm gonna go with it's what they think of me when I'm alive, maybe. No, I'm going with achievements. Yep, going with the achievements. Question 5, given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you glory, wisdom, love, or power? I have to go with wisdom for this one, because I think wisdom can go a long way, and with wisdom you can achieve glory and power. So I'm going with wisdom. Question 6, how would you like to be known to history? The wise, the good, the bold, or the great? I'm going to stick with kind of the wisdom aspect and go with the wise, I think. I think that's a good choice. Question 7, you enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The silver-leafed tree bearing golden apples, the fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other, the bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling. That might be pretty interesting. Or the statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. I mean, the tree would be interesting, but I probably wouldn't go to be curious about that. Like, it's an enchanted forest. Of course there's going to be sparkling trees. The fat red toadstools that are talking to each other. Again, it's an enchanted forest. Like, I'd expect to see some animals talking to each other. The statue of an old wizard with a twinkling eye. Again, enchanted forest. Like, that's not all that curious. I'm gonna go with the bubbling pool, which in the depths something luminous is swirling, because that is the only thing where I don't know what it is. Like, I want to know what the swirling thing is. So I'm gonna go with that one. Question 8, what kind of instrument most pleases your ear? Violin, drums, piano, or trumpet? I play the trumpet, so that's an obvious choice because I love the sound of a good trumpet, so I'm definitely going with trumpet for this one. Question 9, 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? The small tortoiseshell box embellished with gold inside with some small creature seems to be squeaking. The gleaming jet black box with a silver locking key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. Ooh, that would be a good one to open. The ornate golden casket standing on clawed feet whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. That one would be pretty interesting too. Or the small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, "I open only for the worthy." That one would be interesting too, to see like, am I worthy for you to open? But I think I'm gonna go with the jet black box with the mark of Merlin. Question 10, 4 goblets are placed before you. Which do you choose to drink? The foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as though containing ground diamonds, the smooth, thick, rich purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums, the golden liquid so bright that it hurts your eye and which makes sunspots dance all around the room, or the mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fumes that make you see strange visions. Definitely don't want to go with that one. Like, that one seems kind of gross. I think I'm gonna have to go with the chocolatey one and purple. I think I'm gonna go with that one. Question 11. Once every century, the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of a crackling log fire, fresh parchment, home, or the sea. That's another tough one. I kind of want to go with the sea for this one. Just because it's the sea, and I would be most interested to check out, hey, there's water and like a sea somewhere. I'm gonna go with the sea. Question 12. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplacement items and treasures, including a cure for dragonpox, which the headmaster has nearly perfected, student records going back thousands of years, and a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes, believed to have belonged to Merlin. In which order would you rescue these objects from the Trolls Club if you could? Select the order. Ooh. So going back to the whole Merlin thing, I mean, I think that's pretty important because he's like one of the great wizards and one of the earliest ones. So I think I would have to save that first. The cure for dragonpox, which the headmaster has nearly perfected. You know, I feel like if they've already discovered a cure, they could start creating it again. Plus, how often do dragonpox occur? So I'm gonna go book records cure. Which would you rather be? Trusted, liked, imitated, praised, envied, or feared? I'm gonna have to go with trusted. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Hunger, cold, loneliness, boredom, or being ignored? I don't know. I think we're gonna go with hunger. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Okay, so there's 6 answers. However, it seems like there are more answers than these 6. So there's one that is none of these. So apparently if you click on none of these, it'll give you 6 new answers to choose from. So the first 5 with this question are every area of magic that I can, apparition and dispiration, and being able to materialize and dematerialize at will. That would be pretty cool. Transfiguration, turning one object into another. Flying on a broomstick, hexes and gems. So nothing happened. I don't know where the second half of the answer choices are. So out of the ones that it gave me, I'm going to go with, I feel like hexes and jinxes would come in handy, like if I was being like attacked or anything. Transfiguration would be pretty cool. I feel like everyone would learn to fly on a broomstick eventually, so that one's kind of out. Every area of magic that I can, that would also be pretty good, but also being able to materialize anywhere, like that's really tricky and not everyone can do it. I feel like that one would be a good one to have. Plus hexes and jinxes, like doesn't everybody learn those? I'm gonna go with apparition. 16, what are you most looking forward to learning at home? Oh, ha 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 ha. Read the questions, Gina. All right, so question 16 is if you clicked on none of these, you can click on one of these other two things. And if you clicked on one of the ones above, you have to click on none of these on this one. So there are only two other options, and that is all about magical creatures and how to befriend and care for them, or secrets about the castle. I think I'm gonna stick with apparition. Question 17, if you could have any power, which would you choose? The power to read minds, invisibility, superhuman strength, speak to animals. That one would be pretty awesome. Change the past, or change your appearance at will. I think I'm gonna go with read minds. As long as I was able to turn it off, I would like to read minds. Like, I'd like to be able to look at you and know what you're thinking and like get inside of your mind. Like, that would just be really cool, especially coming from a psychological standpoint. Like, being able to read someone's mind who's having issues and needs help with things, it would be so beneficial as long as I could turn it off. If it was an Edward situation from Twilight where he just hurt everyone all the time except for Bella, like, no, I'd have to pass on that. But if I could turn it off and just listen at will, kind of like Matt Parkman in Heroes. I'm rewatching Heroes, so that's on my mind. But if I could do it like him and just look at you and concentrate really hard and then hear what's going on, then I would definitely like to read minds. Otherwise, I would choose speak to animals because they're animals. Or maybe change your appearance, like if you need to like sneak around or become a spy or something, that would be pretty fun. Question 18, it's another question that has two parts, so you can choose between the so many answers. Which of the following would you most like to study? Again, centaurs, goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, or trolls? You know, I'm gonna go with merpeople. Question 20 is another long one. One of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has come to top of the class in charms, beating you into second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you to one side after his lesson and asks you whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What would you do? Like, if he beat me out just because he used a forbidden quill, I would totally spill on him, like, definitely. Lie and say you don't know, but hope that somebody else tells the professor. Psh, forget that. Tell the Professor Flitwick that he ought to ask your classmate and resolve to tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will. Tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If your classmate is prepared to win by cheating, he deserves to be found out. Also, you're both in the same house. Any points he loses will be regained by you for coming first in his place. You would not wait to be asked by Professor Flitwick to tell the truth. If you knew that somebody was using a forbidden quill, you would tell the teacher before the exam started. I'm gonna go with tell Professor Flitwick the truth. Like, once he asks me about it. You and two friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let you pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll and letting all three of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight. Suggest that all three of you should fight without telling the troll, or volunteer to fight. I definitely wouldn't volunteer to fight the troll. I'd say either confuse him or suggest that we all fight without telling the troll, like come at him at all angles. I'm gonna go with that one. Suggest that we all fight. Which road tempts you most? Question 22. The wide, sunny, grassy lane? No. The narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley? Maybe. The twisting, leaf-strewn path through the woods? Or the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings? Ooh. The cobbled street lined with ancient buildings. That would be pretty interesting. More interesting than I'm gonna go with the ancient buildings. Question 23, we're almost done. Which nightmare would frighten you most? Standing on top of something very high and realizing suddenly that there are no hand or footholds or any other barrier to stop you from falling? To stop you from falling. Yeah, that's pretty frightening. An eye at the keyhole of the dark, windowless room in which you are locked. That would be really creepy too. Waking up to find neither your friends nor your family have any idea who you are. I can make them remember who I am. Being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone can understand you and everyone laughs at you. Again, as long as I wasn't forced to speak it the rest of my life, like that wouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna go with the heights because I hate heights. I don't do heights very well, so definitely gonna go with the heights. Question 24. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do you Proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for any disturbance. Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Draw your wand and stand guard. Withdraw into the shadows and await developments while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defense and offensive spells should trouble occur. I'm gonna go with withdraw into the shadows. A muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a witch or a wizard. Do you? Ask them what makes them think so. Agree and ask whether they'd like to take a sample of a jinx. Ask them if they want a free sample of a jinx. That's pretty funny. Agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder whether you are bluffing. Tell them that you're worried about their mental state and to call a doctor. Considering it's supposed to be a secret from muggles, I might be like, you need a doctor. You're kind of mental. But asking them if they'd like a free jinx would be interesting. Then they'd be like, ha ha ha, no. And then walk away and not believe you anyway. I'm gonna go with the jinx. Just because that's funny. Do you want a free jinx? And the last 5 questions are very easy. Dawn or dusk? I'm gonna go with dusk. Moon or stars? Moon. Forest or river? River. Black or white? Black. Heads or tails? I'm gonna go heads. Left or right? Right. Submit answers. Ravenclaw! What? Congratulations, you've been sorted into Ravenclaw, the house of intelligence, curiosity, individualism, and wit. You are amongst other Ravenclaws such as Cho Chang and Luna Lovegood. So it gives you like percentage of how many you are. Pretty accurate. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if I wasn't a Slytherin, I would be a Ravenclaw. In fact, I've kind of been looking at Ravenclaw things lately. So I am 81% Ravenclaw, 76% Slytherin, so that's only 5% difference between Slytherin and Ravenclaw. So I'm okay with that, I think. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. And in fact, I just saw a picture on the internet that is like, I'm a Slytherclaw, which is pretty accurate. So I was hoping for Slytherin. I really was. I really was, because I do believe I am a Slytherin, but you know, I'm okay with getting Ravenclaw. 81% Ravenclaw, 76% Slytherin. I'm only a 38% Hufflepuff, which doesn't surprise me. 15% Gryffindor, which I agree with 100%. I don't see myself in Gryffindor at all. Like, I've never seen myself in Gryffindor. Hufflepuff, maybe I could see myself in Hufflepuff, which I guess is why it's at 38%. Gryffindor, honestly, I'm surprised it's 15%, but Ravenclaw, interesting. Very interesting. So that just kind of tells you that the actual Pottermore quiz that you take on Pottermore with just a few questions is possibly flawed, because every time I've taken it, I've gotten Slytherin. And here I've got Ravenclaw with very closely behind it Slytherin. So very interesting. And that is the quiz, guys. I will leave a link to this quiz in the description below. So if you want a more in-depth, more detailed quiz of what house you are in, definitely go and check it out, because it was a lot of fun, and I've always been interested to see if the Pottermore quiz was wrong, because the Pottermore quiz never feels long enough, and like just 5 questions or 8 questions or however many it gives you just doesn't seem accurate to figure out what house you're in. So this one was definitely fun, and now I can safely know that I am both Slytherin and Ravenclaw. I am still going to identify as a Slytherin, but I might pick up some Ravenclaw stuff now that I'm kind of in both houses. Interesting. Very interesting. And that is all I have for you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments below what house you're in. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you take this longer version of the quiz. That's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. And kind of poke those in. Screenshot what it says. My words. You enter enchanted and you get trusted, liked,